The reasons for the war in Ukraine are complex and multifaceted. There is no single answer that can fully explain why Russian President Vladimir Putin decided to invade Ukraine on February 24, 2022. However, there are a number of factors that likely contributed to his decision. One of the most important factors is Putin's desire to prevent Ukraine from joining NATO. NATO is a military alliance of 30 countries, including the United States, Canada, and most European countries. Putin views NATO as a threat to Russia's security, and he has repeatedly warned that Ukraine's membership in NATO would be a red line for Russia. Another factor that likely contributed to Putin's decision to invade Ukraine is his belief that Ukraine is not a real country. Putin has said that Ukraine is part of Russia's sphere of influence, and he has argued that the Ukrainian people are not truly independent. This belief is based on the historical ties between Russia and Ukraine, as well as the fact that Ukraine is home to a large Russian-speaking population. Putin has also been critical of Ukraine's pro-Western orientation. Ukraine has been moving closer to the West in recent years, and it has expressed a desire to join the European Union. Putin sees this as a threat to Russia's interests, and he has accused Ukraine of being a puppet of the West. Finally, Putin may have also been motivated by a desire to restore Russia's sphere of influence. In Eastern Europe, the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 led to the loss of many of Russia's former territories, including Ukraine. Putin has expressed nostalgia for the Soviet Union, and he has sought to reassert Russia's dominance in the region. It is important to note that these are just some of the factors that likely contributed to Putin's decision to invade Ukraine. It is possible that there are other factors that we are not aware of. Ultimately, only Putin knows for sure why he decided to launch this war. In addition to the factors mentioned above, there are a number of other factors that may have contributed to Putin's decision to invade Ukraine. These include Putin's desire to consolidate his power at home. The war in Ukraine has allowed Putin to rally support among Russians and to crack down on dissent. Putin's belief that the United States and NATO are weak and divided. Putin may have calculated that the West would not respond strongly to his invasion of Ukraine. Putin's desire to test the West's resolve. The war in Ukraine is a test of the West's willingness to defend its interests and values. The war in Ukraine is a complex and tragic event. It is important to understand the reasons for the war in order to prevent future conflicts.